two or three different kind of single parenting that actually exist as well. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. If this is your first time of visiting, thank you. We would look at something I would call stereotyping. What is stereotyping? Stereotyping is when you look at somebody and from their look, from their environment, you just judge them and decide this is what this person would be like. So we're going to look today as on the issue of children from single parents family and the stereotype. Most boys from single parent family, even according to the government and according to the law, I believe most boys from single parent family would always go into crime. I beg to differ with this. Yes, there are boys that would usually go into crime, there are boys that would go into gang, and there are boys that would go into all sort of things. But it does not mean because a boy child that would definitely grow into a man would go into crime because they're from a single parent home. But unfortunately, because of the setup and because of the system, it is always believed that boys from single parent family would we end up in crime, we end up in gang, we end up in prison. For the single parents, this is where you now come in, that you would look into the path and say, my own child is not going to be labeled or stereotyped as this person. And also, if we look at it, they pick on girls from single parent family as well, and statistics says most majority girls from single parent home will end up with teenage pregnancy because they need they lacked the male parental figure. I don't agree with this as well. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I'm saying I don't agree with it because yes, the surveys that will probably prove and say that children from single parent family, girls especially, they get pregnant early or teenage. These are the part of like I was saying in my first video, these are the part of discrimination that children from single parent family face, because automatically they are boxed, they're stereotyped, they're put in a place that if care is not taken, and you know the power of the word is in the tongue, and also with our tongue we confess. So sometimes if care is not taken, this situation actually come to pass in the life of these children, because the system, the people, and everybody has already put them in the box. And these are the part of this is one also of the challenges that children from single parent family face. Like in the first video we talk about discrimination, and this is part of discrimination and segregation and stereotyping especially. Also, I'll quickly look at children from single parent family that are actually fall into peer pressure. This happens a lot. So sometimes, like in my first video I was saying, they rebel, and out of the rebelliousness and being a rebel, they decide to succumb to peer pressure. They do things that they would normally never do, not because of anything, but because they want to prove that I am somebody. They want to prove I can do this. They want to prove I can do that. Hence the need for single parents themselves to be able to incorporate self-confidence into their young adult, into their children as early as possible, because children do not choose where they come into. Most single parents, I am from a church setup, so I'll talk in the terms of church setup. So most single parents that I know that are Christians are actually so dependent on God, and because they're so dependent on God, they go to church, they're into religion, they're into just depending on God totally. And because the single parent is depending on God totally, the children are always taken along to church, the children are always taken along to fellowship and worship God. But when we look at it, children from single parent background need to be looked into as a wholesomeness in their spiritual well-being. Yes, we take them to church, yes, they come to church with us, but spiritually, are they into God, or they're just following us? And also because of the things that happen in the church, are they spiritually sound? Are they believing in God as the helper, or are they just believing in God because I go with my parents? So this is where a single parent comes in doing I'll call it an health check on their children all the time to ensure that spiritually, the child is actually growing spiritually, not growing spiritually, but understanding, having relationship with God as very important. When they're spiritually sound and the challenges of spirituality is not affecting them, it is so easy for them to redirect and go back to being spiritually strong. You would ask me, do children suffer spiritual challenges? Yes, they do. Even while they're in the church, where they're on the street, while they're in school, they suffer a lot of spiritual challenges which lead to choices they make. The Bible says, I don't want to quote the scripture to you too much, but I'll quickly say this to you. It says, train a child in the way they should go, and they will never depart from it. Hence the importance that from foundation, from the minute that your children is able to learn to understand, you start as a parent. It does not matter if that you're a single parent or double parent, you start to incorporate the fear of the Lord and the things of God into them, so that their spirituality is developed from foundation and is not dependent on any situation or circumstances of life. I pray that the Lord will help our children, that every child that comes from a single parent family or single parent setup, whichever way that person has become a single parent, whichever way they have become a single parent child themselves, that it would help them. But of course, children do face spiritual challenges, and choices sometimes really matters. Thank you for watching my channel again. And for those that have been here before, thank you for coming back. And for those that are just clicking on my video today, thank you. Please click like and subscribe, and click the bell icon so that when we download more, you'll be notified. Thank you.